creepypastas are good and all, but what's one really creepy true story that happened to you or someone you know? A family member of mine got a super cheap house in a remote area. For a time things just seemed like it took them a while to get used to being alone. Her ex-husband was incredibly abusive to her and her children. Family frequently came to check on her and noticed cracked windows and mirrors, but assumed it was her ex trying to get them back. It took her a while to admit some unnatural things were happening, like voices, items breaking. They removed all mirrors from the home, and banging noises on the back porch. The last straw was when we saw a small girl in a red dress in the kitchen window reflection during a visit. Not much history on the house, but she didn't have anywhere to go, so she tried making the best of it. She liked gardening, but all her plants died, so she moved plots a few times. The last time she tried planting corn, she found bones not far from the house. Police and forensics found the remains of 2 adults and 2 children. We are Native American and has a ceremony to help them find peace. After a house cleansing and proper burial, the incident stopped completely. I never asked who they were or how they may have died. I posted this a few times, and even though it's not the creepiest thing I've gone through, I've got plenty of strange stories. This one is creepy in its own unique way. When I was a kid back in 1992 or 1993, my parents had me take piano lessons. After some time with it, I had gone to my first recital at a church. We were living in a small town in Texas. I remember the church was packed full of people and I was nervous. I was in a room off stage with other kids, some my age and some older, each of us waiting our turn to perform. I was watching everyone perform and noticed several kids, when they were finished, walk through a door sitting at the back of the stage. I remember this vividly because I thought, so I go through that door when I'm done. So my turn comes up and I play Ode to Joy and bowed to the applause. I then walked to the door I saw a lot of the other kids go into. When I opened it up, and I'll never forget this, was what I thought was a large full-sized elephant covered in a many different colored streamers and tassels, with 2 children. One was standing next to the elephant, the other near the back, possibly standing on a ladder. It looked like I caught them in the middle of them putting the colorful streamers, or whatever, on the elephant. I also noticed there was no other door in or out of the room and no way for an elephant, or whatever, to have gotten in there, unless the room was built around it. Both kids were looking at me with shocked expressions, and a feeling of I shouldn't be seeing this came over me, and I shut the door. When I shut the door, the audience, including my parents, were all laughing at my mistake. An interesting thing about this is a lot of it is on videotape, but you can't see inside the room, but you can clearly see the shock and confusion on my face. To this day I still don't fully understand what I saw, and it baffles me, and even creeps me out to this day. Here's the typical sorry for spelling/grammar. I'm on mobile part. My dad told me about something that happened when I was young, maybe 3 years old. One night he was woken up in the middle of the night by a really strange noise. Only he heard it. He swears it was the sound of a man pretending to make a noise like a baby. So a gown-ass man making strange over-the-top crying like you'd imagine a baby would make. Literally, wah wah wah. Naturally this freaked him out. He went to downstairs to check on my brother, who was sound asleep. My parents slept in the attic. Then he went in my room and found that I'd been sick in the night and had started to choke in my sleep. So he sat me up, cleared my airway, and I was upset.